Beyond the Gates. Spoilers full Thurdays. Update the 20th of August, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Beyond the Gates addicts. Today is Tuesday, and the sun might be shining outside, but inside my mind, it is a dark, stormy night full of Fairmont Crest drama. Grab your strongest coffee, or maybe something a little harder, because we have so much to unpack today. Let's dive right into this absolute mess. I cannot believe these two. I am literally sitting here in the dark, staring at my screen, completely losing my mind over the spoilers for the August 18th episode. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Bill Hamilton and Danny Dupree. I have no words, but I also have a million words because I am so incredibly frustrated with this storyline that I could scream. We all know that Bill is currently lying in a hospital bed, fighting for his life because his current wife, Hayley, is the absolute worst Black Widow copycat in the history of soap operas. She has been slowly poisoning him since October 2025. And what is Bill doing while he is hooked up to monitors and IV drips? Is he repenting? Is he trying to figure out why his organs are failing? No, he is trying to seduce Danny from his literal hospital bed. Make it make sense. I am so sorry, but I just cannot handle the absolute audacity of Bill Hamilton. And Danny. Oh my god, Danny, what are you doing, girl? We have watched these two dance around each other for years, and I have been watching since 2015, so I know their history inside and out. Remember when Bill absolutely shattered Danny's heart? Remember when he left her and their family for Hayley? And not just any woman, but Hayley, the best friend of Danny's own daughter. The woman the Dupree Richardson family literally took in when her parents died? That level of betrayal is something you do not just get over. But here we are, and Danny is practically throwing herself back into the fire. And let's talk about the warnings. Everyone has been warning Bill and Danny to stay away from each other. Joey Armstrong literally just marched into Bill's hospital room and told him he needs to figure out what is wrong with his health. Joey knows something is up. The entire Dupree family knows something is up. Anita, Vernon, and Nicole just dragged Danny into a full-blown family tribunal because she had the most massive Freudian slip of the century and called Bill her husband in public. In the present tense, I literally threw my remote at the TV when she said that. She completely forgot about Andre. You know Andre? Her actual husband? The man who has been her rock, who has stood by her through all of Bill's toxic nonsense? But no, Danny is sneaking into the hospital to visit Bill. The August 18th spoilers say Bill is going to face a disaster, and we all know Danny is somehow involved. Of course she is, because they cannot keep their hands off each other. Let me take you back to the night of the tornado that swept through Fairmont Crest. The secret elevator hookup. I mean, the chemistry was there. I will admit it. I am not blind. But it is so incredibly toxic. Both of their marriages are hanging by a literal thread. Hayley is out here plotting and poisoning, and Andre is off having secret meetings with Ted Richardson because he is dealing with a stalker who is threatening to expose his past. Andre is going through his own personal hell right now, and his wife is at the hospital getting seduced by her sick, manipulative ex-husband. I am dreading this disaster on August 18th because I know it is going to blow up in Danny's face, and honestly, she kind of deserves it at this point. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. I need to breathe. Let's pivot to something else that is making my blood boil. Because the hospital is just full of drama right now. Can we talk about Eva and Leslie Thomas? Because Eva just read her mother for absolute filth, and I am entirely here for it. So Eva is recovering from her major organ transplant, right? She is going through it. Her relationship with Isaiah Hawthorne is hanging on by a thread because of all the medical trauma. You would think Leslie would just be a supportive mother and focus on her daughter's recovery. But no, Eva, from her recovery bed, decides to drop a massive truth bomb on Leslie, and it is glorious. Eva flat out accuses Leslie of rejecting all of her romantic options because she is still secretly carrying a torch for Ted Richardson. Yes, finally someone said it. I have been screaming this at my television for months. Leslie has been acting so high and mighty, pretending she is just focusing on herself or whatever, but we all know she has been pining for her teddy bear Ted, and Eva calling him her teddy bear is just the ultimate level of shade. I love Eva so much for this. Leslie was visibly uncomfortable, and she should be. Eva has a massive point. Leslie needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Can Leslie finally shake off these lingering feelings for Ted? I highly doubt it. Remember when they tried to pair Leslie up with other people in the past? It never works because she always finds a way to self-sabotage, and it always leads back to Ted. I know some people are loving this unrequited love angle, but personally, I'm exhausted by it. Leslie needs to move on, or she needs to make a move. This middle ground pining is just pathetic. And speaking of Ted, let's talk about what he is up to, because the Tuesday episode spoilers are giving us a reunion that I did not know I needed. Ted is going to cross paths with Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald, and guess what Ted finds out? He learns that his friend Carlton is no longer dating Nicole Dupree. Okay, let's unpack this because the Doctor musical chairs in Fairmont Crest is getting ridiculous. Nicole and Carlton were a thing, but we all knew it wasn't going to last. Why? Because Nicole has been getting incredibly close to Doctor Kiel Rollins. Kiel and Nicole just received some devastating news together, and trauma bonding is basically the foundation of every relationship on this show. So Ted finds out Carlton is single, and what is Ted's reaction going to be? Is he going to play matchmaker? Is he going to gloat? Ted is usually the voice of reason in the Richardson family. He is the one giving Andre advice about his stalker right now. But when it comes to Nicole's love life, Ted always has an opinion. And of course, Vanessa McBride is right in the middle of all this gossip because when is she not? Vanessa is getting the direct update from Nicole herself. Nicole tells Vanessa that she has a new relationship status and that she is now exclusively dating Dr. Kiel Rollins. Exclusively. I am actually kind of happy for Nicole, but I am also terrified because Kiel's son, Noah, is dating Deanna McBride, and Vanessa is currently evaluating Noah like he is applying for a mortgage. Vanessa is so judgmental. She is going to have a field day with the fact that Nicole is dating the father of Deanna's boyfriend. The family dynamics are getting so messy, and I am grabbing my popcorn. But I also feel bad for Carlton. He just kind of got shoved to the side so Nicole could trauma bond with Kiel. Typical Fairmont Crest behavior. Okay, back to the point because I need to talk about the couple that is actually breaking my heart this week. Smitty and Martin. Bradley Smitty Smith and Martin Richardson. What are the writers doing to them? I am so frustrated because Smitty and Martin are supposed to be the stable, loving, unproblematic gay couple of the show. They have been co-parenting Tyrell and Samantha. They have been dealing with Tyrell's absolute heartbreak over Jessica Harris. Tyrell is devastated right now, and Samantha is literally going nuclear on Jessica to defend her brother. The kids need their dads to be a united front. But what did the spoilers tell us? Smitty is going to do something that deeply upsets Martin. And what is it over? A podcast? Or a charity basketball game? Are you serious? The rumors are that Smitty has been invited to participate in some podcast, or he is taking on a new job opportunity that is going to make him miss the charity basketball game. I am sorry, but since when is Smitty this career-obsessed guy who puts a podcast over his family? Martin is all about family. Martin has been the rock for Tyrell during this breakup, and Smitty is just going to bounce to go talk on a microphone? I know Smitty has been looking at new career opportunities lately, but this feels so out of character. Remember a few years ago when they went through a rough patch because they couldn't balance their schedules? Yeah, didn't work then either. Why are we rehashing this? I hate when writers take a perfectly happy couple and inject petty, stupid drama just for the sake of having them argue. Martin is going to be so disappointed, and honestly, I am on Martin's side here. You do not miss a charity basketball game for a podcast, Smitty. Get your priorities straight. Your son is upstairs crying over Jessica Harris, your daughter is about to catch an assault charge defending him, and you are worried about your audio levels? I cannot. But honestly, all of this pales in comparison to the absolute train wreck that is Bill, Danny, and Hayley. I cannot stop thinking about it. I am circling back because my brain is just stuck on this hospital room scene. Think about the sheer logistics of this. Bill is unconscious half the time. His assistant, Caroline Lee, is literally playing a high-stakes game of cat and mouse with Hayley just to keep Bill alive. Caroline knows Hayley is up to no good. Hayley's attempt to revive Bill or whatever she was doing completely backfired, and Caroline had to step in. And the moment Bill wakes up, the very first thing he does is reach out to Danny for help. Do you know how insulting that is to Hayley? I mean, I hate Hayley. She's a villain, she's a poisoner, she's a terrible person who betrayed the family that took her in. But from a purely psychological standpoint, imagine being the wife, standing in the hospital room, watching your husband wake up from a near-death experience, and he immediately asks for his ex-wife. Hayley is enraged. She is desperate. She is jealous. And she is leaning so hard into this villain arc that she is practically a cartoon character. But what makes it worse is that Bill is doing this on purpose. Timon Kyle Durrett, who plays Bill, said in an interview that Bill is realizing he was blinded by what he thought was love with Hayley. He is realizing Danny was his true partner. Oh, now you realize it, Bill? After you blew up your entire family? After you caused Danny years of trauma? After you married the girl who used to have sleepovers with your daughter? It is too little, too late. And the fact that he is trying to seduce Danny from his sickbed on August 18th is just peak Bill Hamilton manipulation. He knows Danny is vulnerable. He knows she still loves him. He knows about the Freudian husband slip because I am sure someone in that gossipy hospital told him. He is using his illness to trap her again, and Danny is falling for it hook, line, and sinker. I just want to shake Danny. I want to grab her by the shoulders and scream, "Look at Andre! Andre is a good man." Yes, he has a stalker right now. Yes, he is being secretive, but he has never intentionally hurt Danny the way Bill has. Andre is seeking advice from Ted. He is trying to handle his baggage responsibly. And Danny is just throwing their marriage away for a man who is literally rotting from the inside out because of his own terrible choices in women. And let's not forget that Kat Richardson is currently running around Fairmont Crest trying to play detective. Kat is digging into the disappearance of Lynette Wise, who is Hayley's friend. Kat is putting a massive target on her own back. Hayley is already poisoning her husband. Do we really think she won't hesitate to take out Kat? Kat is in so much danger, girl. She is confronting Leslie. She is confronting Bill. She is confronting Hayley. Kat has no fear, but she also has no survival instincts. If Hayley finds out Kat knows about Lynette, Kat is going to end up in the bed next to Bill. I am just so overwhelmed by all these intersecting storylines. We have the hospital seduction, the secret poison, the family tribunals, the stalkers, the podcast drama, the doctor dating pool, and Eva dragging her mother from a hospital bed. It is peak soap opera, and as much as I am complaining, I am also completely obsessed. I will be glued to my screen on August 18th to see this disaster unfold. I just know Danny is going to get caught in Bill's room by either Hayley or Andre, and it is going to be the end of her marriage. And honestly, I am bringing the snacks. Am I the only one who feels this way? Let me know, because I feel like I am losing my mind over these characters. Until next time, keep your doors locked, don't drink anything Hayley Hamilton hands you, and for the love of everything, don't skip your charity basketball games for a podcast.